Howdy, Bart here, and welcome. Went and did it. Synty Studios made something new, and I had to get it. Well, without further ado, or however you pronounce that, this is the Polygon town from Synty Studios. Sorry if I appear to be out of breath, because I am running back and forth. I've had this up, ready to go, and I haven't looked at it yet. The temptation. You guys need to love me, because I really want to take a look at this and look around, but I said I would wait until I did it on a live stream as a first look. Alright. So, this is the demonstration map. I have set up a blank project called Polygon Town, and I've added third-person template to a blank template, or blank project. So, I'm actually going to go ahead and not just look around, but I'm also going to make this into a try before you buy demo, and we'll have this demo available for you to download so that you can check it out, see if it's worth having before you buy it. Oh god, lots of cool stuff to look at. It's going to be a bit of an overload, so let's fly around a little bit and take a look at the demonstration map. As we can see, somebody got a nice little garden in their front yard. A enterable house. Holy crap, look at all the furniture. TV. We're going to have some fun with that TV. But not yet. One thing at a time. Clock. So one thing I haven't done is try to mess with a clock, see if I can make a working clock in game and make the hands move, or make a working digital clock that'll work based off of your system time. Coffee maker, toaster, little microwave, bread box. Oh my god, there's so many cool things. Look at the oven. Oh, really? The oven lid is separate, meaning if you wanted to, you could do this. Open the door and leave it open. Really, that's cool. Little small detail. Wait a minute. Oh, we have a second floor. Got stairs coming up. Second floor. TV. Got a desk. Nice little chair. Bed. You little love seat. You just got to play your games there, right? And we have a computer. Nice. Globe. Bookshelf. Beds. Bathroom. Toilet. Sink. Shower. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be geeking out here. Do we have an attic? No, but still, holy crap, that's good. Nice pickup truck. Looks a lot like a Ford pickup truck. Hey, what is that logo on the front, though? Looks kind of like a Synty logo. Must be a Synty F-150, right? Getting carried away here. School bus. Nice. Fire truck looks awesome. And I can see that there is a red and white truck there, and blue and white version of it here. That's done with the materials. Yes, that one main house was enterable. Doesn't look like all of them are, but oop, there's a pawn shop. I don't know if those doors open or not. Let's take a look. Why, yes, they do. Let's go ahead and open up these doors so that we can enter. And I'm going to make sure I do the same thing on this house over here. Their map maker, whenever they're putting stuff together, they make it look nice, but they don't make it to where you can actually get in sometimes because of door frames. I noticed in the Warpack, it was like that. You couldn't get into some of the buildings because the doors were closed, and the Western Pack as well. So you open up the doors and you can walk in. So that building is not enterable. This one is not. Yeah, you can set the doors however you want. You can remove them if you want. They're separate, so you can actually do it that way. No interior on that one or this one. But I did notice in some of the pictures of things. Check that car out, boy. That's pretty hot. Little cul-de-sac down here. But I did notice that there's interiors, so you could actually set up in modular building pieces. When I was looking at the pictures of the asset pack in the marketplace, Let's see. Roads look like the standard. No, they're a little bit different. You got the base road tiles, and then you got sidewalk with grass on it. I like that. What about the church? Can you go into church? Why, yes, you can. Does that mean that the doors? Yes. Let's open the doors to the church. Got to make it welcome and inviting so we can go into the church. I'm just going to kind of fly around. Look at a pool, pool noodle, and some little pool toys. Gotta love it. Even a hot tub. There we go. Oh, man. I'm geeking out right now, so I don't know if you can tell. So not all the houses are enterable. And garbage truck. Love it. There's your truck. Even have a nice looking interior. It's a small map, but good God, it's well set up. I love the backdrop, and that is multiple pieces. You can imagine if I brought in the nature pack, replaced some of these trees with the nature pack trees. Oh man! And then the backdrop, replaced some of the backdrop with the one from nature pack. Maybe some blades of grass from nature as well, to replace the standing stubble grass that you see. Man, this would be amazing. So yeah, I like the car. A little moving truck, garbage truck, buses. Oh, we got a gas station over here. Doors are open. Yeah, okay. Enough geeking out with this. Let's actually start looking at some of the files, because we want to make this a try before you buy. And if you're going to have the ability to try it, if you hit play, you're nothing. You're just flying around. And that's cool. However, I think for a try before you buy, you should be able to walk around. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to Open Level Blueprints. And this is something that bothers me. It may not affect you at all, but off the event begin play, the one thing that I always do is I want to go ahead and set input to game mode only. And it's because I get a mouse cursor bug that just bugs me. I don't know if it bugs anybody else or is a problem to anybody else, but we want to get the player controller. This is not like a full tutorial here. I'm just kind of talking out loud. And then I want to set show mouse cursor. Come on, there you go. And leave that unchecked, so I don't have a mouse cursor and I'm in the game mode whenever I go into it. Could have put that in character blueprint, but it's just as easy to go ahead and do it in the level blueprint. That way it's always going to be in effect whenever you come into this. And the one thing I forgot to do, I did not make this part of, and I'm in 4.20. I haven't got the plugin yet for doing the multiplayer. So this won't be multiplayer if I do this. I may just migrate all this stuff into another project after I get set up and then make it as a multiplayer later. But for now, it'll just be single player. And when you first come in, it'll just go directly to this and you'll be walking around in it. So that'll be fine for now. So let's look at the meshes. You got buildings, lots and lots and lots of pieces. You got church, decks, individual deck pieces, wall pieces for the exterior, interior stairs of different types. So yeah, imagine if you start putting these things together, you can actually cycle through the materials and change the individual look. So I'm sure that if you were to click on this house, see the wall panels are made up of individual pieces, so you can manually make your own houses based off of the jigsaw pieces like that. And if you look at it, you've got the two different elements, so you could actually change the roof color, and looks like you could probably change the side color as well. So that's pretty cool. The one thing that always bugs me, and I'm very OCD about organization and clean everything. Everything is all piled up into the root of the map here. Open the doors on the buildings that have them fully closed. Yeah, right now I'm setting this up to be the try before you buy. Right now it's not going to be multiplayer, so if it does need to be multiplayer, I can go back in and migrate the project over. But what I'm doing is I'm going through and making sure the doors are open, so you'll be able to walk inside. For any of the buildings that are enterable, which is like that house, the pawn shop over here, the gas station, and the church, I've got all the doors open so you'll be able to walk in, so you can check out the interiors. So you'll be able to go into this house, go on the first floor, second floor, garage, and that kind of stuff. So, oh, is it bathroom downstairs? I didn't notice that. So yeah, you'll be able to come in here and walk around and check out everything. So yeah, you got plenty of little individual building pieces and other buildings. Characters. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 different characters. Looks like this guy is from the City Pack. But yeah, you got some new unique characters. We're going to look at those more in just a minute. I'm actually going to set them up to work and walk and animate, so you'll be able to walk around town as one of the characters from this asset pack. Environment, shrubs, garden pieces, fences, grass, hedges, the sidewalk. Yeah, awesome. And street sections, got to love it. Trees. There's a tree house. Is there already a tree house out here on the map somewhere that I'm just missing? I see a tree house. If I don't see one, oh crap! I guess this is a hardware store. You can go in the hardware store. How about that? My garage is open. I didn't see. There's antennas and stuff, and satellite dish. I don't see a tree house. Might have to sneak one in somewhere. Let's pop it into the map and then alright, that's cool. Let's see if we can try to put it on this tree. See if that'll work. I don't know if it's maybe too big of a tree for that tree house, but you know what? For cosmetics, it'll be cool enough. Yeah, that's close enough. Probably not the best tree to put it on, but you know what? It'll just be for example. Just for example purposes. Actually, I'm gonna leave it out for now until I figure out a good spot to put it in. I don't like it there to begin with. So let's focus back on looking at stuff. You got generic, which is more trees, clouds, and scenery stuff. Nice. Items. Holy cow. Corn. Chisel, paintbrushes, football, soccer ball, box cutter, glass bottles like liquor bottles, garden tools, hand tools, hammers. Yeah. There's a pizza. You know the fat kid's gonna find food, right? Oh man. Toilet rolls. Wire cutters in 2 different pieces, so you could put them together open or closed. Wrenches, toilet paper holder, toolboxes, a tomato, toothbrush. Yeah, cool. And wow, more stuff. Props. Got a brazier, bookshelves. It's a birthday cake. Yes, the fat kid found food again. Boxes, chairs, coffee pot, coffee maker. Nice. You can have the 2 separated. Ceiling lights, sofas, a cooler, cooking pots and lids, deck chairs. Yeah. Oh, pink flamingos. Gotta have that. And an American flag. Okay. Silly question. I'm American. Of course, I want the American flag. But aren't you guys from Synty from New Zealand? Where's your flag? Come on, dude. Why is there a pizza on the roof? You know what? If you're at my party and you throw a whole pizza up on the roof, you're going to catch a bullet. I mean, that's abusive. Why would you waste food like that? Come on. Nice little touch that I didn't notice right off the bat. But somebody's having a barbecue here, so we're going to have to put some NPCs over here cooking. Yeah, tons of props. There's a fountain, for sale sign, heater, basketball hoops, game controller, game console, ice cream freezer. Oh, got a keg. So you can have a keg party. Wow. A laundry basket with laundry you can put in there. Laundry bins, miscellaneous appliances, wall switches, park benches, playground toys, pools. Oh, I'm going into overload here. Propane tanks. Stuff for shelves for the stores. Sprinklers. Yeah, I'm definitely going into overload here. Trampoline, toy train. Oh. And then vehicles. You got the... You may not be able to see them, I'm sorry. If you want me to zoom in on any of them in particular, let me know. But you got a tow truck. I didn't see the tow truck. Maybe there was on the map and I just didn't see it. But I don't see a tow truck anywhere on the map. So we're going to have to fix that. No, I don't see a tow truck on the map. So we're going to put one of those out. Might even put a car on there. Can you imagine combining this with a few of the other packs as well? We're going to put the... We're just going to drag a skeletal mesh directly into the scene. And we're going to go ahead and just rotate a little bit. And why not? Let's put a car on the back of it. A truck may be a little bit too big for it though. Yeah, it might be a little bit too big for it, but you know what? Doesn't matter. We'll just leave the truck there, so we know that we've got it. Plus, there's the box truck. I know the delivery box truck is already in there. So let's get in the meat and taters here. We've got a lot of cool stuff to work with, and we want to make this into a complete demo that we can walk around in. So I'm going to start doing the usual things here. I'm going to create a new folder. I know it's a shock that I'm creating new folders, but we're going to make one called Assets. And then we're going to go for audio. And let me see if I can find that file here. Click in the right place, dum-dum. Let's see how... I grabbed some ambient sounds, and you know, I gotta have sound, I gotta have music. The one thing that I didn't do is turn off autosave. Kiss my butt. Edit, editor preference. I don't like autosave because I save enough as it is. So I disable autosave. It just annoys the crap out of me. There, you want me to save? Save current. There you go. And then we'll do a save all while I'm looking for my my sound files here. The one thing I did not look for was an appropriate... There's our nature sounds. I did not pick out any appropriate music. I might have something that should work. I don't have a menu right now, and I got to have some music in there somewhere. So what I'm going to do is, for now, I'm going to go ahead and get the music in here. And the music that I'm going to use, and I'll let you see the folder that I'm working on. Just using it on a different folder here. Yeah, so far from what I've seen, it's damn sure worth the money. No regrets here, I promise. I've got a bunch of different songs here that I can go with. Nope, a little bit too slow. Yeah, we might have to work with that one. That'll be good enough for now. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that one into here. Now these are WAV files. These are from TechnoAxe, and some of the songs you can get from TechnoAxe, well, they're all royalty free to begin with, but some of them are available in MP3 only. Some are available in WAV files. So you want the WAV files instead of the MP3s. They're easier to work with. So and what we'll do is, just for the sake of it, I'll create well, I will create, by right clicking on it, I will create a queue, and we're going to call this music. We'll just do this cartoon underscore queue. And what I'm going to do is create a sound cue that I'm going to attach to this truck. So when you walk by this truck, you'll hear the music, but as you walk away from it, then you won't hear it anymore. So go into the sound cue, and I'm going to override the attenuation settings, and I'm going to set it to this, leave it to where it is right now, and that'll be good enough. So I'm going to hit play cue, and there we go. Alright, cool. And we'll hit save. And now I can go ahead and just, if I want to, I can attach it to a vehicle as a blueprint, or I can just take it and just drag it right into the map and place it right there. Just want to put it right underneath the middle of the truck. So now when you walk by this truck, you got this little sound sphere, and I'll change it as needed. But when you walk through it, you'll hear the music, but when you walk away from it, you won't. So I'm not screwing around. Let's get some characters in here. So I'm going to go back in here and make a new folder and call this characters. And inside here, I need one called blueprints. And I need another one called animations. Not going to have any armed and unarmed. We're just going to have one basic set of animations. I'm going to go to, and I showed this in another video, for retargeting the animations, it's super easy. So the first thing you want to do is, I'm going to grab my blueprint, third person character. I'm going to left click, drag it into my blueprints folder, and copy it there. We'll work on it in just a minute. We'll rename it to something else and that kind of stuff. Now, the next thing we want to do is, I know that the characters from Synty Studios come correct, the way they're supposed to be. Go into the mesh folder. That's the mannequin. And I'll go into mesh folder here and characters. So if we open up the skeleton for the characters, you can see it's already rigged to a humanoid rig. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do a single thing to their stuff. They're in a T-pose. And I've mentioned this before. Normal people who are developing game assets and creating characters, they make things, and they make their characters in a T-pose. It's like the industry standard. Everybody makes them in a T-pose. That's what it should be. Awesome, right? So Synty Studios is on the ball. Their characters are in T-pose. They make their stuff for Unity and for Unreal Engine 4. Except that Unreal Engine 4 decides that instead their mannequin's going to use a frickin' Y pose. Really? Who else uses a Y pose? I mean, come on. So all we have to do is just select humanoid rig. If you don't have the retargeting manager, again, just click right there and it'll open up this tab. And then all we need to do now is left click on the upper, no, that is the spine. Why are you on the spine? I clicked on the arm. The upper arm, and rotate it up 50. Both arms rotated up 50. There we go. And then as we look, the lower arms, you need to rotate them back 20. Nice and easy. And if you look at it, the hands are now meh. So let's take the lower arm again and let's lower it down this way by 10. Same thing on this side, lower it down by 10. That puts the hands rotated down a little bit too much. So now let's grab the hand and rotate it up 10. And that should be a good neutral Y pose. And now all we have to do is click on Modify Pose, use Current Pose, and save. That's it. Good to go. I'm going to hit my Save button again, Save All. Now we can go into the... Come on, finish saving? Thank you. The animation folder for the mannequin folder here. And we want a third person animation blueprint. We're going to right click on that, retarget animation blueprints, blah, 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 do that. We're going to select the character town skeleton. We're going to change the default location. Go to our character folder and animations, click OK. And I want to do one more thing. I want to replace third person underscore. I'm OCD, that's why I have to put the underscore in. And I'm going to replace this with Polygon underscore. And this is the hard part here. Click retarget. It's done. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard to do, but okay. So we're going to hit Save All. Now, let's go back to our character blueprint folder. And let's hit F2, rename it to Polygon underscore player. Good enough. We're going to go into it. And again, I'm going to leave all this stuff in here in case somebody else is using touch input or gamepad input or VR. I'm not, so I normally get rid of this stuff, but I'm going to leave it in here. So let's look at the viewport, click on the mesh, click on the skeletal mesh, and who do we want to be? We want to be the father. Sandals, shorts, lovely. That's more like me. And let's try... Oh, that's better. What about... No, skin's a little bit darker than I am. So, ooh. Yeah, pasty white. That's me. I need to get some sun. Alright, that's close enough. That's going to be me. So he's not doing anything. He's stuck in a T-pose, so we need to change our animation class to Polygon Animation Blueprint, and there ye go. Now, I may have to come back in and tweak the capsule collision just a little bit, but we'll find that out in just a second. We're going to hit Save again, just because. Now we need to come over here to World Settings and change Game Mode Override to Third Person Game Mode. Selected game mode is going to be Polygon. For default pawn class is going to be the Polygon player. Then we're going to go ahead and hit Save All. Even though we're going to have to do one more save here in just a second anyway, but we need to have a player start. So I'm going to place a player start right here on this corner intersection. Later on, what I'll do is I will put maybe 10 different player starts, and then I'll make this into multiplayer to where you can host a game through, you know, your Steam region, and then be able to have your friends log in, and you can walk around, check this out, see how you want to plan to build your game based off of this asset pack. So now if I hit play, okay, the music's a little bit loud there. It's coming from this truck. Let's see if the attenuation works. Alright, the music's fading away. The attenuation's really large, so let's actually go ahead and fix that really quickly. Sorry, it's going to bug me. The attenuation range is really far on that audio. So, go back into my sound cue, my attenuation distance. The fall-off distance, let's change that to 1,000. And hit save. Now we go in. We can hear it, we walk away, and it's gone. It died. Yeah, I'll work on that later. But now, yeah, we see fat guy walking around. We can walk around town, we can check things out. Let's go check out this hot blue sports car. Tempting as it is, I'm not going to make the cars work in this demo. Walk over here. Door is open. We can walk inside. Now, camera view I think is okay for general just checking things out. But what I may also do is have a quick cycle key where you can hit the V key and change your view from third person to first person. It's relatively quick and easy to do. That way you can actually look around a little bit better instead of doing that and looking at your own nipples. I mean, your chest. So, oh, back door. Okay, thankfully it's open up big enough. Alright, there's collision on the water, so we may have to check on the collisions on that and adjust that as necessary. Little dog dish, swing set. Oh, there's a treehouse. Can't get through here, so let's jump over the table. Cool. Yeah, we need to do a view change thing. But let's walk around town and check things out a little bit more. I don't want to give away too many spoilers on this. Can we walk in here? Nope. I'm going to have to adjust that door. And that one's fine. I can walk into the garage. Let's go upstairs. I can't fit. I can't fit. I can jump over it. And there's no collision on the stairs. That's quick and easy to fix, though. Alright, so let's take a look at that real quickly. The gap here in the stairs, that is the interior stairs. Sometimes whenever you're talking, this is a real close proximity. The first thing you should always check is your actual player blueprints. And if you look at your viewport, you look at your collision box. Your capsule collision is pretty good overall, but it is a little bit wide and a little bit large. So let's actually look at our capsule component. Capsule radius, let's change that to 36. Makes it a little bit tighter up against the character. And the capsule height, let's take it to 92. Now the problem with screwing with that too much is you're going to have an issue with your character. The feet are going to stick to the ground. So you really kind of have to play with that with a grain of salt. So let's actually change it to 94. Because we leave it at 96, which is what the default was. It's a little bit too tall. We're not having any issues with height. It was width we were having a problem with a little bit. So let's try it like that and see what happens. Compile and save and see if that'll let us. The other thing we need to do was adjust this door. Let's open it up just a bit more so you can walk in the bathroom. So no problems with the feet going through the ground. A little bit, but not enough to be a problem. That's a really harsh attenuation. Really didn't play with the settings enough. Oh, okay, there. That's all we needed on getting between there. So now I just need to fix the collision on the stairs. So now we can walk into the bathroom. Let me fix that collision on the stairs really quickly. And if we go into buildings, I think that's where I saw it. What is it actually called? Okay, that's a whole static mesh actor. Is it all the stairs? No, that's the stairs right there. Stairs, static mesh. Let's look at the detail panels, and it is house interior stairs 01. Not a problem. Just need to find that particular one right there and change the static mesh properties for the collision. Not like it's a really big deal, but whenever I run into issues like this on stairs, it's just easy to come over here to collisions, and you can see it says block all, but it's still not working the way we want. But let's look at the actual collisions. The collision here for simple, there isn't one, and on complex there is. So what I want to do is pretty easy, quick fix, and just change your project default to use complex as simple. Hit save, and that should be good to go. It's a common issue on stairs when you're creating them that you're not going to have proper collisions on them. A lot of times what you're going to find is most stairs actually have a flat plane for stairs. Alright, so this is actually going to be a problem with the capsule collision of the player. I bet you that's what's hanging us up right now, is our capsule collision is a little bit too tall. But let's take a look at the collision box on you, which is interior stairs ceiling. Okay. These are just minor inconveniences that happen. To have a realistic feeling environment, unfortunately, they seem a little bit small. And house interior stairs ceiling 1. House interior head. What am I hitting? Frickin' puberty? What the hell was that squeak coming out of my damn voice? Yeah, house interior stairs ceiling 01, and I was just on it. Right here. Let's take a look at. Where are you? I don't see you. Where the hell is it? Oh well. Let's just go ahead and I'm going to do the same thing on the collision just to be on the safe side. I'm going to try that and see if that works. If it doesn't, we'll actually make some adjustments to the player itself. Yeah, that sound attenuation is going to bug me on that truck. I'm going to have to fix that. Yep. We're still going to have some problems with collisions since we don't have a crouch feature right now. This is just such a minor thing, but you know what? If you guys want to see something that's, you know, see how awesome this is, you want to be able to jump in here and explore. So I want to fix that. Let's check our player one more time, and let's see if we can actually lower that guy. Because if we just change our mesh position, then we're going to kind of be hovering a little bit, and we don't want that. See, if we move that up to match there, that might work a little better. Let's look where the feet are. We want the location of the mesh to be in relation to the capsule collision. So that may actually have us hovering just a hair. That may not work for what we're trying to do. Okay, that's kind of screwy looking. I have a lot of OCDs. Yeah, see, we're hovering, so I don't like that. So let's grab our mesh again and let's bring them back down. Alright, so we're back to where we were before. But let's actually turn off snapping and bring it up just a little. But we still need to shrink that capsule. Capsule collision, we can actually shrink that down probably to 92, and then let's try moving the mesh. So, because you want your mesh to be right there at the bottom of this capsule collision. So let's see how that works. We're a little bit shorter. We're matching closer to the height of the character. Holy crap, we're really hovering now. Now we're going to have to move our mesh down. It looks like it's going below, but we'll see. It will bug me that my feet are hovering above the ground. That will bug me to no end. And if I just sit there and keep lowering the mesh, we're right back in the same boat that we were in before on the height of the capsule collision. Okay, we're on the ground again. Alright, so we can walk in, we can go here, and we're still hitting something collision-wise. There is a collision issue somewhere. I thought it was this. And I went to that, which was the house interior stair ceiling 1. I'm not sure if that was actually the problem, though. Go back to buildings. House interior stair ceiling 1. Interior wall gap. See, I open up this and I don't actually see anything. I do complex collision. I know I'm old and weird and crazy and stuff. There we go. Okay, so that's it right there. So that's what our collision's going to look like. So that one's actually fine. So we need to figure out what's going on also. That's single rail. That shouldn't have any problems. That's the other stair that we did. That shouldn't be a problem. That's not a problem. Neither is that. Alright, I'm just going to have a shot in the dark here. And what is that one? House interior wall gap 2. Alright. Just for giggles, let's see what the collision looks like. No, that's fine also. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the collision there, so I will come back to it. There's something that's causing a collision issue right here. So let's actually right click here and play from here, and see my feet are going through the ground. I can go in this door, that's fine. Going up here, this room is fine. That door is okay. Okay, so we're running into an issue right there because the stairs are fine there and they were fine coming up. So there's something right here. What else is there? I don't think it's the lamp or the table. Something is causing a collision issue right here, and I'm not going to waste a lot of time on that right now. And this is, on video time, but there is something that's causing a collision right there in the center of the stairs. Because if we come in here, and I'll do that again, I'll play from here. Come over here, we can get through that gap now, and it stops there. So it's the same coming down the stairs, it stops us in the same place every time. So I'm not sure what's causing that, but that's a very minor inconvenience. Alright, so bathrooms are all fine. Shower, I didn't check to see if you could actually open the shower doors or not, but that's fine also. We need to move along to other stuff. Let's walk down the street over here. Garage is no problem. We need to check the church, and then we need to go back over and check the 2 stores, and that should be good enough. Except for this hovering bus. Oh, church. Alright, there's, can't get in the front door. And no, there's no back door. Well, not like there should be. So, since I can't get into the front door, we just need to look at 2 things. Let's find the church. Look at the collision. Simple collision is probably what's being used, and you're being blocked from going in there. So, not a problem. Another quick fix. Complex collision. This is not the solution to everything by just changing the collision over, but for some things, you know what? If you only have 1 or 2 instances of it, go ahead and do it. So that should take care of the church issue. Let's play from here. There we go. Walk right into church, no problems now. Lovely. So there was a store over here. No problems with the bushes. You really don't want bushes to have collisions. Just because even it would, if you got stopped by a blade of grass, I think you'd be a little bit on the pissed off side. Alright, same thing for the store. We're going to check the garden shed. Where are the stores? Shop. Let's go ahead and do the same thing. We know it's going to be the same issue, so I'm just going to change that over. And there was another shop 2, but shop 2, shop 3. So, yeah, it's just a minor issue. See, the simple collision is what's going to block us from getting in versus the complex collision, which is every little face on it. So, to speed things up, if you're doing a few things like that, just collapse a lot of these extra things you don't need. Do that, that, and we'll do shop 3 just to be on the safe side. And that's it. That should fix all but that one of the collision issues. So let's check this shop over here. I'm probably going to go ahead and rip that sound cue out. And oh yes, nice. You walk all around. Can you get behind the counter? Yes, you can. Can you eat one of the hot dogs? No. Damn. Fat kid talking about food again. So let's check the other shop. The hardware store down here. There we go. Bob's Hardware. Lovely. Walk behind the counter. Uh-oh, there's a door. Is that a working door? Yep, it sure is. Let's open it up. Alright, am I missing any stores? Any other interiors that I missed? I think that's it. 2 shops. There's a third. Oh, yeah, right over here. Duh. How about when we first start, we turn around and it's right there, dum-dum. So, yep. They're just not open right now. So let's open that door as well. And I'm going to grab that sound attenuation because I don't like it. What else do I need to add in for right now? I do need one thing. Blueprints. Open level blueprint. And we got this stuff in here. That's lovely. And we also want to play sound at location. You don't have to worry about giving it a location. And the selected sound is going to be nature. Hello. Now, let's do it a little bit different. We want to actually make that one a sound cue as well. And I didn't do that. Audio. I'm going to dump the cartoon because I don't like it. Force delete. Nature. Create cue. Lovely. And one thing I want to do here is grab this, select looping with this here, and volume multiplier. Let's actually knock it down. I'm not going to knock it down here. So let's save that. So now it's going to be looping the whole time. Let's do a save all. And since I changed something, I have to go back in here and open the blueprint again. And now we want to use nature cue. And it's set to volume multiplier of 1. It was 0.75 in the other one. I'm going to do 0.5 here for my volume multiplier and compile and save. And if it's too loud, we can adjust the volume here. There we go. Thank you. I don't think we have... It would be nice if you had like one in here, but no. So let's check it out. Alright, we've got a little bit of ambient sound there going. not bad. All but that one collision is fixed. So what we need now is we need pedestrians. We need people. We need to populate the town. Okay, so we're going to need to create a couple NPCs. And I want to put, like, you know, somebody right here at the barbecue and that kind of stuff. I didn't import any other animations or anything of that nature. I'm going to have to dig through my animations and maybe find some sitting, talking, dancing, things of that nature. But for now, just some idling NPCs just standing there will be good enough. Is there anything else I'm missing? I'm actually going to get rid of the music. Don't have a menu yet, so I may decide to change the music. So for now, we'll just keep the file size down. Let's actually start creating some NPCs. We don't need the mannequin folder anymore, so we need blueprints. Now what I want to do is right click on him, our regular player, and I want to make a duplicate. And I'm going to call this NPC underscore base. I'm going to go into it, and all this stuff that's in here, go away. We don't need your stinking stuff. We don't need, well, we need you. We don't need a follow camera. We don't need a camera boom. So now we got this. That's lovely. So we got a mesh, capsule component. Yeah, let's go ahead and compile and save, and I'll go back and show you that. The house here, this house is all made out of modular components. So you got wall section here, wall section here, wall section here, window sections here. Yeah, I mean, it's all modular components to make up this building. The floor sections are broken up into tiles. The walls, the doors, the door frames. You know, like this is a window frame here, where this is a solid wall section with, you know, the trim. And the thing about it is, when you're setting these up and building your modular components, the one thing about Synty Studios and their stuff here, if you go into your details panel, and I'm going to change this one really quickly. If you look at element 1 is using the map Polygon Town 01A, and the bottom one, which is element 1, is using Polygon Town 03A. So for instance, if I take this right here and I change it to 01B, see, I just changed that lower section of the wall, and now I have a full wall instead of one with the, like, the chair rail and wainscoting. But I can change it back to there. But what if I change this right here to 2C? Or you can experiment. It was 3A to begin with. Let's try 3B. Is it changing the other side? No. Play around with it to see what's what. So 03A, you could try 02A, and there's white on top. White all the way down. No trim borders. So you can experiment with the different pieces like that. See, there's purple. That would be probably purple all the way down, and then the next one will probably be purple all the way down with no molding. So yeah, you can experiment with it and play with different combinations and see what you like when you're actually building. So you can actually change it to where, like the exterior, same thing, where you got the siding here, you've got two elements. You change the top one, that's actually the roof, so I don't want that one. Change it to that. Oh, that's kind of a stucco look. Oh, there's some blue siding, and that's a roof texture. So you can kind of play around with the textures a little bit, and you'll be able to figure out what you like, and you can make these individual building pieces. You can make it a 1-story small house or a 15-story giant house. You can probably make a mansion out of it, because that's all modular building pieces that you can find in the buildings folder. So you got the concrete steps, the interior railings, the deck pieces here, like those guys, the deck cover, the wall sides, All the stuff is there for you to make the interiors, including stairwells, interior walls, exterior walls, different types of windows, stuff like that. So you can create your own individual houses to make it look however you want. So that's pretty cool. Alright, the other thing that was bugging me here, I'm going to right click on demonstration, create folder, map, stuff, and I'm going to grab some of this map stuff, including the player start, and I'm going to move it up here, put it in there, and I'm going to put the skylight into the map stuff folder, and I can minimize that and now close out on some of this stuff. So that's the basic map stuff. We can create another one called cars, make another one called house. So you can start grabbing like chimneys and doors and garden shed and all the house stuff and shove it all inside of a Skippy. I know Skippy will like this asset pack because he can make his own modular houses and work towards his town for that little project he was working on. So I'm just going to grab all this stuff right here and just shove it in that one folder for the house stuff. Flower patches. Yeah, I am absolutely digging this new asset pack, man. This is lovely. So I'm going to select all that stuff right there. I'm just going to right click on it, move to houses. Now I can come over here, minimize that folder, and there you go. Truck, that can go into the cars folder. Yeah, I am that anal that I gotta have everything that neat and clean. Outside stuff. I gotta have everything neat and organized. So let's, yeah, I'm gonna put all the road sections in here too. Yeah, I'm not going to be as picky right now. So I'm going to scroll all the way down to here. And then to here. Right click, move to outside stuff. And now I can minimize that outside stuff folder. Grab all these, which are vehiculars. Right click and move to cars. So now we have this. This is so much easier for me to look at. My brain's not going to burst into flames. And yeah, if I need cars, I can go here. If I need houses, I can go there. Regular map stuff, there. Outside stuff, there. Lovely. Now, we need NPCs. That's what we're going to work on before I got carried away with my OCDs. Yeah, Skippy can attest to some of my OCDs. Now, one thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to put... I'm going to move some cars a little bit because I want to be able to get into the garage, but I really want to be able to, you know what, let's actually put you in this driveway here. Yeah, I'm going to be streaming this for a little bit longer. I'm just going to go ahead and make the pedestrians, and that's pretty much it for this. So what I need to do is I need nav mesh bounds, and I want to encompass the sidewalk pretty much from here all the way down to here. I don't want my pedestrians walking in the street. I only want them on crosswalks and sidewalks because we don't want jaywalkers, man. Jaywalkers suck. So let's go ahead and find in our volumes nav mesh bounds. Now we need to shrink it down. You know, a little bit of overage is okay. And now we need to lower it down just a hair so it's sticking just to the ground. And now we need to make it a little bit wider this way. Okay, so a lot wider. Gonna zoom out. Yes, I could change my camera speed and zoom out a little bit faster, but you know what? Good enough. All I'm doing is making the nav mesh bounds wide enough to cover the sidewalk. That is lovely. And then I'm going to copy and paste a few times. So Control C, Control V, and now I can grab another version of it and drag it over here, put it on top of that sidewalk, and it's going to build navigation each time I do that. I wasn't too far off, but just quickly throwing it out there. You know what? I'll work on getting the finals finished later. I just wanted to have a couple nav mesh bounds in here so that we can have a little bit of movement of pedestrians. And I'm just going to quickly throw one in right here, a nav mesh bound and the crosswalk. And I'm going to make that right there. Like so. That's good enough. And then what I need to do is hit the P key, and that's going to make it turn green. And now I see that for some reason, and this does this to me all the frickin' time, you just got to move it a little bit and it'll show back up again. The areas that change to be green are the walkable areas now for my NPCs. So now I've got them on the sidewalks, and they'll cross this crosswalk here, and watch, I'll grab this, Control C, Control V, and it screwed up my other ones. So now I got to select it again, and this is a problem with Unreal Engine. It's just, it loses the nav mesh bounds, screw up anytime you add a new one for some reason. Really? Why are you only showing up right there? Oh, Unreal Engine 4, why you vex me so? No, and no. Why the hell did it change? Ugh. Unreal Engine can kiss my fat, broad tail. There. All four of them set up and working? Yes, they are. Now, that being done, we can actually finish doing our NPCs. I don't need anything in here. Don't need anything in here right now. And I don't need anything selected right here. I'm actually going to go ahead and move my nav mesh bounds into the map stuff folder. We're good. Now in our characters, blueprints, NPC base, I'm going to go back in here, go to my event graph. Now, this is relatively simple and easy to set up. So what I want to do here is event B. Let's get them walking first. So let's start off with an event tick. And I'm going to make sure I'm zooming in as far as I can there. On event tick, first thing we want to do is set that. We want to create a new variable. I'm going to call that is walking question mark. We're going to ask, are you walking? Is he walking? So hold down the B key and left click, and it'll create a branch node for you. So I'm going to also hold down the control key, but you don't have to worry about it. You can just drag it in and drop it here, and it'll create the variable that we need. So are we walking? If the answer is true, then okay, whatever. But if the answer is false, no, we are not walking, then what we need to do is tell it to start walking. AI move to. So we need to tell the AI to move. Where? Where's our destination? Well, first off, pawn, we need to get a reference to self, because self, we need to walk. Destination, well, we kind of need to know where we're starting from. So first off, set, let's see, random point and navigatable radius. So that's where our destination is somewhere random within the area that we can walk. And the origin, well, get world location of our mesh. That will be good enough. So let's drag you over here to make room. Drag you to get you in here. Move you back down. So if we are we walking? No. Well, then friggin' start walking. And walk to where? Within a radius of 5,000. Walk anywhere within a radius of 5,000. And there we go. We would use target actor if we want it to walk towards us, but we don't. We want them to ignore us. Okay, so at that point, we need to set is walking to true, because now we have begun moving, and now we are walking. So at this point now, we can actually do on success, set is walking to false, and on fail to false. Okay, so we're no longer walking, but now this means what'll happen is he'll walk to that location and then he'll start walking to another location. So we want him to actually pause first instead. So let's actually break these links off of there, and let's set up a delay system. So on success, delay, but we don't want it to be 100% consistent of always 0.2 seconds or always 1 second or always whatever. We're going to connect on success and on fail, and we want to set the duration to, and we know this is a float, so random float in range. So this is just going to say, okay, I want you to wait between 2 and 5 seconds, and then you're okay to start walking again. So let's compile and save, and we can take our NPC base and let's drag one right here, and we'll drag one right here. Doesn't matter which way they're facing, they're gonna just start walking, and whatever, I'm gonna put one right here, and let's hit play. And as you can see, they're gonna randomly walk around. They're gonna stop for anywhere between 2 and 5 seconds and then start walking again. They're walking awful damn fast though. So let's go back into our NPC base and our character movement. Let's slow that puppy dog down just a hair. And maximum walk speed, let's change that to 400. Compile and save. Oh, yeah, I'll get your DM here in just a second, Red. Alright, so move it a little bit slower. Now we're all the same character, so what I can do here is also, that truck's in the way. So he's going to stop. He can't get any farther that way. He can't reach that point. So let's see what happens. Does he fail? Nope. He just says to hell with it and turns around and starts walking again. So instead of having everybody all looking the same, let's go right ahead and... Sorry, I was just checking a DM there. We want to change the way that that character looks. We know that Synty has already provided us with several characters to work with. We have all of these. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 9 characters. And hang on a second. We got 9 characters, and I want to be able to randomly create our walking pedestrian. And whenever I do that, whenever I randomly create these characters, I want them, whenever they spawn in, it's going to randomly pick between those 9 characters. So they're not always going to be the same person walking around like they are right now. Because if we go into it, all 3 of our current pedestrians look identical and they look just like me. I know I'm beautiful, I'm sexy, and everybody wants to be like me. But let's go ahead and change that. It's simple. And I'm going to do this the hard, drawn-out way. There is easier ways of doing this, but you won't learn as much by knowing what I'm doing and talking about. So we've got our event tick. So let's create an event begin play. I right clicked, thank you, event begin play. And what I want to do, and again, I'm going to do this the longer drawn out way so you can kind of comprehend of what I'm actually doing here. So when we first begin playing, we want to do what? We want to change our mesh around a little bit. Our current mesh is the father character with this set of clothing. So we want to change our mesh. And how are we going to do that so that we can choose between 9? Well, what we want to do is we want to create like an RNG effect here. Random integer in range, and we want to set it from 0 to 8, or we can change this to be 1 through 9. Either one, 0 to 8 or 1 to 9, it's the same thing. So we want to do random integer between 1 and 9, and this is going to be our RNG. It's a random number generator. It's going to say 2, 4, 5, 9, whatever. It's going to pick a number for us. And then what we want to do is drag off from here and hit equal equal, and we want to find out if it is equal to, come on, select it. If it's equal to 1, and we need a branch node, so we create that branch there. If it's equal to 1, then no, I'm trying to drag from here. Come on, cooperate. Then I want to set skeletal mesh. And what I want to do is I want to set my skeletal mesh. I'm going to actually try to arrange this in a semi-neat fashion, and it's not going to work. It's going to look ugly. Sorry, I'm just going to have to deal with it for now. So set our skeletal mesh to daughter 1. We're just going to go down the list. And that, if it rolls at 1, it's going to change our mesh to the daughter. So what if it's not? So we need to, we're going to end up copying all 3 of these. But I'm going to do it separately just so you can catch it one more time. We're coming off the return value. We're going to hit equal equal. Now if it is equal to 2, and then branch, we want to come off of the false node and go into here. So I'm going to draw it out. It's going to look weird. And then we want to, and I'm just going to copy this, set skeletal mesh off of the true branch. We'll set that there, and then it's going to be father 0, 1. And we need to drag off the mesh to here, to the target. So we're going to drag this off a few times. So what I'm going to do is just going to grab this. I'm going to grab these. Control C, Control V, and I'm just going to try to line them up halfway neat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yes, I'm counting out loud because I'm a schmuck. 6, 7, and yes, this is absolutely huge, and there is an easier way of doing this, but I'm not going to do it. I want you to see the basic process of what this does. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's what we wanted. So now we're going to have to connect the false to there. Quit being an ass. False to there. Thank you. False to here. And just connect those going all the way down until we get to the end. And then we'll have to come back and change the value of all these here in just a minute. So the next point would be we're going to have to connect all of these guys. And I'm going to just be problematic and just drag them all over to here so we can go down the line and change the numbers on these. And I'm going to grab these all together at one time. Oh god, I have way too many OCDs. So now we grab these guys, drag them over, And we need to fix those numbers. So that's 1, that's 2. We need to connect this line to the top part of that node. So we're asking for each one of them, are you equal to whatever the number is? This looks a little bit weird and it kind of drawn out, but it works. So 1, 2, we're going to change this number to 3, 4, 5, 6, and yes, there is a much easier way. And 8. Then I'm actually going to move this to here and make it look even more ugly for right now. We need to connect our mesh to the target of each one of those. I could have done them all separately, but yeah, could do it however you like. It'll work either way. Just need to make sure that, and it's kind of hard to see right here, and I apologize for that, but we just need to make sure that it's connected to the target for each one. And I skipped one there, so I just got to go back and connect it. So now all of those are connected to the target, and they're all connected up the way they need to be. And all I have to do now is, that's 1, that's the daughter, that's the father 1. This will be father 2. This one go to mother 1. Mother what? Mother 2. And then schoolboy 1 and 2. Oh, schoolboy, schoolgirl. And then shopkeeper. And we have missed something somewhere. What did we do? We have daughter, father 1. Yep, that's father 1. That's father 2. That is mother 1. Mother 2. Schoolboy. That should be schoolgirl. Shopkeeper, and we're missing one. So I'm just going to copy this, paste that in, and son. Yeah, I don't know what I missed there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and let's go ahead and add one more. We need to make sure that we link it up and change the number down there, because this is now number 9. Yeah, I did screw up. I was thinking 0 to 8, and that's why I didn't do it. Yeah, that's what we're going to go with. Not the fact that I'm old and forgetful and stuff, but yeah, that's what we're going to work with. And now we should be good. So now what it's going to do is this long drawn out crapola right here is going to, and well, I'm going to compile and save, and I missed one somewhere. Yep, forgot to connect the, yeah. Let's just move it down over to here. So hard to click on these things whenever they're that far zoomed out. Alright, now we can compile and save, and I'll show you exactly what we're doing here. So now, when we go into play, wow. All the possibilities it could have been, and those two guys had to be the same. Yeah, it's like the hoodie kid. So, I'm going to stop it and play it again. And now we got different person here, it's a girl there. And why did you two have to be the same? Random number generation is fun, right? You know? So you get the picture. They're going to randomly change each individual time. So we have random generated characters in there. And I'm just going to drag a few more in here. Now, we have our NPC base here, and that's cool. That's just a roaming person moving around. I'll eventually, whenever I get some more time, I'm going to finish out the all of the sidewalks and all the crosswalks will have nav mesh bounds so that the NPCs can walk around town. But I need to go ahead and also do a another one. And let's actually go in here, and I'm going to make another duplicate, and this is going to be quick. NPC. No, I'm actually going to do delete. Go away. A duplicate of NPC base. And I'm going to call this, normally I would do a child actor blueprint, but I'm going to do this a little bit different. NPC underscore stationary, not spelled correctly, don't care. And now I want to get rid of the movement. I want to get rid of the walk around town stuff. We're going to leave the random generated stuff. That's fine. It's going to randomly generate the character. And now I'm going to go ahead and put an NPC here that's standing by the grill, and we'll put some random people here and there, just one or two for now, so that I'll spend some more time actually populating the city completely, doing some more stuff. I might actually make some more animated things. Let's put somebody in the backyard over here. Using this NPC stationary, like I said, it's going to randomly generate a new NPC of each, between 1 and 9, and we'll go from there. So as we look, we got a guy standing right here. Nice shorts here, bro. You got some really knobby knees. So we'll hit escape, we'll hit play, we'll turn around, and dude had a sex change operation. There's my clone. You got some like Donald Trump looking hair from the back, man. So yeah, if we stop it and go back in again, it's just going to randomly shuffle between those 9. Really? And you're just like me. You can do the same thing with the clothing, and that way it kind of mixes and matches the random clothing around. But I'll spend some time actually populating the city a little bit better, or I can just package it up as it is and say, enjoy. But I'd rather make it to where there's more going on in town, and yeah, that kind of stuff. Leave it up to you guys. If you want me to keep adding more and more and more and more stuff, then I will. But primarily, I just wanted to make sure that it was good enough for showcasing what the mod actually looks like. It's mostly so you can get in there, walk around, check out the asset pack, and see if it's what you want before you spend your hard-earned money on it. But it is what you want. It is just that good. It's awesome. You're going to want it. So we're almost at an hour and a half. Kind of dragging my feet a little bit on this. I normally can work a little bit faster, but whenever I start running my mouth and get carried away checking out new and cool things, I get kind of lost in it. But you get in the picture, everything looks good. Tell me in Discord what you guys want to see as part of this try before you buy a pack, and I'll try to incorporate a few more things as necessary. But the whole point is to actually showcase what the mod actually looks like. There's a little bit of everything that's in the mod pack is in here in the scenery. Everything from the flowers to the trees with the protectors around them, the background scenery, the clouds, the sky, kick-ass looking cars, and I've added the players that animate and walk around. There's a tree house on one of the trees, swimming pools. Explore town. I've opened up all of the doors that can be opened to all the buildings that allow you to go inside. So you can go inside and explore the inside of the houses and that kind of stuff. So like the house with the barbecue grill over here, the 3 stores, you can walk inside. The only issue we do have that I have not figured out yet is the collision issue that I have right here on these stairs. I don't know what the collision issue is. I'll look into it more, but that's the only problem that I've come up with so far in the entire asset pack. Is I made some adjustments to my character so I can fit between here. I know I'm fat, but get stuck right there. And since we don't have a crouch feature on this character right now, we're stuck. Oh, I do want to add one more thing really quickly that I mentioned that I was going to do. And if we go into our player, I want to change our view. I don't want to change it. I want to add another camera. So what I want to do here is I want to click on the mesh, and I want to add a component. I want to add a camera and FPS camera. and I want to parent socket to the head, and that looks good, right? Beautiful. Let's change that rotation just a wee bit, 90 degrees and 90 degrees, and we want to just pull it forward just a hair. God, you suck. You absolutely suck. Why would you do that? I always have problems with the I'm dragging in one axis, but look, it's like going all over the damn place. That is not what I'm trying to do. So what I usually end up having to do is I turn off real time, so it freezes everything. I can grab my camera, and then I can drag it forward, and then drag it up, and then it'll force it to only drag in one friggin' axis. Even though that's what it's doing, I don't know why, but it does that to me sometimes, and I don't like it. So I'm going to have to adjust that camera a little bit more. The next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I scroll down while I got my camera selected, turn off auto activate. I want to go to my event graph. I want to find a blank section here, and I'm going to right click. I'm going to hit escape. That's not the key that I want to bind this to, but I know that it's easy, and there's only one escape to functionality there. Then I'm going to go to, and I do need an escape. I'm going to need that. So let's actually Control C and Control V. I'm going to need both. I'll get that in just a second. Whenever I press this one time, for right now, when we hit the escape key and the standalone game, I'm going to come back and I'm going to put a little escape menu in. But for now, oh crap, brain fart. Really? My brain just totally shut down. When I press this, I want it to... No, I want to... I've done this 1,000 friggin' times. I'm getting old. I really am getting old. In the match. Well, what I'll do is I'll make it to where it actually exits the program. But normally... exit is it, and that ain't it. So I'll get that in just a second. But one thing I did need to do was to change a view, and I'm going to change the key for here. Go with keyboard. I want to hit V. When I press the key, I want to disable. Let's actually get a reference to follow camera and FPS camera here. So what I want to do is I want to disable the follow camera, and actually before I put that in here, we need a flip-flop. So with the flip-flop, when I press this key, the first time I hit it, it's going to flip in one direction, and we're not talking about the awesome band. We want to... Really? Did 4.20 change logic for some reason? Deactivate. And activate. So we want to deactivate the follow camera. And we want to activate the FPS camera. Now, just the opposite. Let's go ahead and Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. So when we flip-flop again, we hit the key again. We want to... I don't know why I crossed them over. It is definitely time for me to walk away from UE4 for just a few minutes. So, same principle. When we hit the V key, again, we're going to deactivate the FPS camera and activate the follow camera. That's not all we need to do, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here really quickly. So we hit play, walking around, and now if I hit the V key, it changes over to that camera, but we have no control of the camera itself, and that's just not going to cut it. That's horrible looking. So with that, we need to select our FPS camera, and we need to use pawn control rotation. Compile and save. That's not all we need to do. We need to do one more step. So now if we come in here, and now we look around like normal, everything's cool, we hit the V key, and now we can see ourselves. That's no bueno. We got to fix that too. And now, yeah, it's just weird. So we need to fix that really quickly. And what happens is whenever you're looking at your follow camera, and you actually have to look at it in here to see it, use controller rotation yaw. So we need to add that feature in, that functionality. So from here, the camera, we need to control, actually if we put in rotation yaw, so set use control rotation yaw, we're going to need that, and we're going to need two of those. So what we need to do is when we hit it the first time, we need to enable use controller rotation yaw and set that as true. But then when we hit it again, we're wanting to turn that off, so we'll do it that way. So now, as we're running around, everything is good. We can use our mouse, we can look around, everything is good. Now when we hit V, when we turn the mouse, we're actually turning our whole character. So we can look down at ourselves, but now we have full control in a first-person view. So now, as we come over here and check out things, he's over there cooking, we can walk inside, go upstairs, check out the picture with no face on it, check out the bathroom. It's kind of like a mini zoom as well. Hey, love, what you doing? Knobby knees. So yeah, there we go. You hit the V again, go back, and everything's back to normal again. Alright, so that's that. I'm going to take a break for a little while. If you guys got any suggestions of what you need to see in this for me to release this as a try before you buy, let me know. Because once I compile it and save it as a standalone game, I'll post a link in Discord, and I'll come back later and attach it to this video. So you'll be able to come back in and download and play this. Even though I need to probably bring in my multiplayer stuff. For now, it's just going to be single player, but I will change it to where it does have the Steam lobby where you can actually, with people in your same Steam region, you can walk around, check things out. There won't be any combat, any fancy stuff like that. This is just to try it before you buy it, to see if you're going to like it, and you're gonna. So, I'm going to leave it at that. You guys drop me some suggestions in Discord and let me know what you think and what you want to see from this asset pack in the try before you buy. But this is pretty much about it. Like I said, I'll probably go ahead and copy this over to my multiplayer template. I'll fix the menu a little bit, add some music, and make it to where you have a lobby to join into. And then I'll add some more random spawn points. So, like, player starts, I'll throw another player start here. I'll put like a half dozen different random spawn points around town, and I'll set it up to be multiplayer. But for now, this is where it is, and this is what it looks like, and I am open to your suggestions, so just let me know. Alright guys, I'm going to take a break for a little bit, and then I'll get back to work, and I'll get this knocked out, and I'll get it finalized, and I'll get this uploaded, so you guys will be able to download it. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I will be available on Discord again here real shortly. I'm going to get something to drink, and I'll be right back. Thanks guys.